So, first off, I'm going to mention what the next mode is, but I do want to mention this is very late because I just remembered, and this might actually be cut into the section for the first mode. I apologize for any low quality on these. I always export at like 1080, but I do not have the original recordings anymore for any of these modes. So I had to download them as MP4s, and I have not found anywhere where the quality of that download is like anything better than 480p. Like, for 480p that's fine, but I've seen things be lower, and I've seen 3520 in the footage. It does not look great. But anyway. So, first off, this is always weird to do. It's just... it's just faces present. I don't do this. Also, the camera's here and not anywhere where I actually look when talking. Anyway, y'all ain't here for this. Y'all are here for that, which I'm currently in. Because, of course, I'll do all of the things with the modes first, and then do the things where I explain random nonsense. Because that makes sense. But yeah, I decided that since I have no fucking idea how to actually do any of this, this is how I'll do it. I'm just gonna have a camera right there, and I'm gonna speak random nonsense about the mode, then it's gonna go to that, repeat. But to start off with, we have True Nightmare Aggressive. This mode took 6.5 hours, which is one of the longer ones. I think maybe the only mode that comes close to that is 3520. I know Ragtag gets pretty close. But overall, TNA was a really long time and a really painful one. I've beaten TNA probably about 10-ish times now, and I still have I don't enjoy it. The manners of its gameplay are okay, but the variation with Jasper of being an entire 6 seconds of just whatever he wants is incredibly stupid. It seemed to happen constantly that he would break cycle. On top of that, it was just impossible to follow the cycle to begin with. And Munch is just an asshole. On top of that, I had a couple issues with Bear, I believe, specifically around 3:42, I think the interval is. I do not remember. But there's a specific interval around 3 a.m. that was hell. Specifically because, like, 3 characters would appear at once, and then I'd have to deal with Bear. Because if I didn't do it in that order, I would die to one of the other characters, but if I did it in that order, I'd die to Bear, so... yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened a couple times. On top of that, something I don't talk about, because y'all don't need to know about this, I have issues, and yeah, my ring finger did not enjoy. I don't really want to explain that in the video. If you know, you know, I guess. But yeah, TNA, it was hell. I hope you enjoy watching it. Also, as a warning, I get loud in several of these completions. At least 3. Fuck. I hit the start streaming button on accident. Like, there's nothing I can fucking do! Oh my god! Signal loss every fucking time I hit the channel! There's nothing I can do against that! Other than die! Motherfucker.
Fire on the... Fire on... Fire on... Fire on... Fire on the... Fire on... Fire on... Fire on... Fire on... Fire on... Fire on the... Fire on... Fire on... Fire on the... Fire on...
I have no idea how these are going to go because I'm just doing all these in a row pretty much. I just brushed my hair, so it's probably going to be like really fucky. That next one up, 3520. My first actually difficult UCN thing, and I think my only actually difficult UCN mode since, because I can't handle UCN. It is very chaotic, very stressful, because I'm stupid. I died to Lefty at 1 minute in so many times because I just forgot he existed. It was at least 9 deaths. Completely because I forgot he existed for the entire first minute of the night. I am stupid. It is a ridiculous amount of deaths. And on top of that, I had like 8 5 a.m. deaths. Which is like the most I've had for a long time in a mode before then. I think the one I had the most amount before that was Raktak. And I guess I should explain that one. That is not the current version Raktak. That is the old one that is awful. I'll explain my hell of that later. But 3520, 8 5 a.m. deaths, at least like 3 power outs, and I won in a power out, because that makes sense. And like a 556 to Rockstar Bonnie, because the office started flashing, and I had no idea what to do. So I just died. I panicked, shut like 3 doors, and went into the ducts. The ducked characters don't do flash. These are the event characters. Like, I don't even know if I saw Rockstar Bonnie. I just know I died. And on top of that, I just have a lot of issues adjusting to this gameplay. And for whatever reason, despite what everyone says, I found using a cycle in 3520 to be much harder than not using a cycle. I don't know why. Probably because using a cycle just forces me to do things in a specific manner and order, and it fucks my brain up so badly. So that's probably why. Do I have any actual answer? No. I don't think I ever will. I just know no cycle is easier for me. Doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Overall, for this one, I think I did have a decent time with it. Much better of a time than TNA, that's for sure. But it wasn't that great of a mode. It's probably my issue adjusting to very chaotic situations, combined with me forgetting things very easily, combined with everything. But I would recommend it. It's rather decent, and for most people, probably won't find it too bad. I've seen, I think, several people think it's overrated, but at the same time, several people think Suicide Mouse is overrated. And yet there's many people who think it's underrated, so, like, whatever. Play it, your opinion's your opinion. I don't care. Have a good time.
Just like
Please deposit 5 coins. Please thank you for depositing 5 coins. Jesus, for your attention. Please deposit 5 coins. Please deposit 5. Thank you for depositing 5 coins.
So, now 3520 is done. We are on to the most recent mode here, which is Suicide Mouse. I had a bit of a mixed experience with this mode. I beat it in 3 hours, which is relatively short, I think. But in several instances, it is dead. Alright, okay. That is part of the thing holding this monitor up, which, you know what? Fuck it. The monitor is a TV. Because that makes sense. Alright. Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate how it was before. I think it is a decent mode, but I am annoyed that, like, 3 characters absolutely carry the difficulty, especially at first. That being Photonegative Mickey, Classic Photonegative Mickey, and Mortimer. They were the 3 main ones causing me a lot of pain, but Hourglass was also a lot of pain because I kept forgetting him. I forgot to check him in some situations, which is surprising because he takes forever to enter the office. And even if I did check him, I just forgot what to do. Combine that with Photonegative Mickey, Classic Photonegative Mickey, and Mortimer, and you have hell. But aside from those characters, I also had issues with the office cycle. I'm pretty sure I had mentioned it in the description of my original completion, but I started having issues with the office cycle where it just kept desyncing seemingly randomly for no reason. But I'm pretty sure now what I was doing wrong is I just started the office cycle too early. And I did learn that before I beat it, which helped to actually figure out what was happening. Aside from that, it was mostly just getting a grip on some things, because while I had done like 1220 aggressive, that was without the face, Hourglass, and Mortimer. So yes, I had PNM and CPNM active. People say they're awful. In build-up like that, they aren't. But then you add everyone else. And yeah, they kind of suck. And are absolutely 2 of the ones that carry the most difficulty. So I ended up just doing like the last steps of what you would do to build up after I almost got a 5 a.m. run, which of course died to Mortimer. He was the most problematic character for me, I think, for several reasons. I'll just go ahead and list them. First one being, it was difficult for a while to figure out when to shut off his camera. It's always been difficult, even now, to find his camera, because there's 10 of them, and the camera buttons suck for me. They're like little rectangles that feel small as hell, so they are really hard for me to hit quickly. On top of that, his fucking song, it drives me insane. And it is just hell to listen to and constantly make me forget things. It drills into my head and makes everything so much harder. Aside from that, it's mostly Photonegative Mickey, Classic Photonegative Mickey, and Hourglass that caused the pain. I did 1320 aggressive without the PNMs, and I did 1420 aggressive without CPNM, and that was the final bit of build-up I did before completing it. And I did it in like 14 minutes after that, so. Yeah, do build-up, or you will suffer. And hell, even if you do build-up, you will probably suffer. This mode is very difficult. I don't see why people would say it's top 50. It is absolutely harder than 3520. And even if you would use Cam 2 strat, I would say, it's still harder. Like, maybe a little lower, but it's still harder than PMAC OGLP. It's still harder than 3520, harder than Gatekeep Gaslight. Maybe. I need to actually do Gatekeep Gaslight to say anything on that one, but that one is really, really fucking hard. Hell, Gatekeep Gaslight would probably beat Suicide Mouse. It just feels that hard, especially when going on PC. But, like, maybe now that I know there's some kind of cycle and what the cycle is, once I actually look at the cycle again, maybe I'll do it. I'm lazy. Anyway, I'll stop wasting your time and go to Suicide Mouse. Why the fuck are you there? I should stall you, you motherfucker! Why is he not stalling you?
Do I insist?
Finally! Suicide Mouse done! Ow, chest, fuck. Oh, it's done. It's fucking done. The next mode, my current second hardest, is Cat Theater All Challenges 1.0.4, I believe it is. There is, I'm pretty sure on the MML, the old version is listed as 1.1.0. That version doesn't exist, to my knowledge. Like, I downloaded the most recent version of the old deluxe when I was playing it, and I beat the mode, and at that time that was the most recent version. Pretty sure it was 1.0.4. I have never seen 1.1.0, I think, at all. Like, maybe shortly after the deluxe got updated, but on that old version that is absolute hell, I've never seen 1.1.0. I have only seen, I think, 1.0.4 being the latest, and that would be the version I beat it on. But point is, Cat Theater All Challenges old version is my second hardest. And it is absolute pain. I spent 4.5 hours on it, and I almost beat it in under an hour. The entire reason I even did the mode in the first place is because I was showing, I believe, Lucky the difference between laser pointers in But Better and Deluxe. And I noticed that even with the debug things that like showed hitbox and stuff, I was doing better with the old deluxe laser pointer than I basically thought I'd ever would be able to. So I decided to give Cat Theater All Challenges some attempts, and 1 AM was a wall. Just an absolute wall that I could not get past, and then I had one run that died to the last Vinny attack of the mode. I quite literally almost fluked the entire ass mode in like half an hour. It still pains me. And that was like a long time ago. I don't even remember when I beat it at this point. And that's not even the only 5 AM I had. Like, my second 5 AM was a crash. The game fucking crashed. That is, like, the only time a game has crashed in a night, I think. And that was pain. And I think I had 2 other 5 AMs. I think I ended with 4 or 5 AMs total. So I think it's the one... I think it beats my hardest for 5 AMs. But it does not beat 3520. That was a painful amount. But the reasons this mode sucks, it's 9 minutes long, which is alright for me. I personally don't typically mind the length of a night as long as the gameplay actually mixes into it well to some extent. And I would say it does here, but it is still a long night. 3 characters and laser pointer is awful. The main actual reason why the mode sucks is the patience system. Pretty sure everyone that's played it has mentioned it at this point, but the patience system in the original deluxe is absolutely awful. It goes down fast and doesn't go up. Like, it says it goes up. And technically it does, yeah. But really, you're just pausing the patience system. That's how slowly it goes up. If you do not play like a TAS, it will basically always be going down constantly. And it is very painful with 2 characters in specific, which is Cat and Vinny. Vinny is awful because you have to track him as he does his circles, and it's the normal reasons why Vinny is awful typically, but amplified, because the patience is absolute garbage And the laser pointer hitbox is really small. It's almost fixed Vinny all challenges small, really. Which you might be questioning why that isn't here, because it isn't my hardest. To be completely honest, I didn't want the things here to all be from the same kind of game. I've never liked having that be it. But if you're curious where I would put it, above TNA or maybe above 3520, but it would probably be below Suicide Mouse. My experience with that mode is weird. You can just go see my video on that if you actually want to know, but I won't say to save time here. Anyway, yeah, Vinny is awful for all the reasons that it would normally be awful, but worse. And Cat is awful because of actual RNG. His head start position is RNG, and with a patience system like this, you do not want that. But to make it even worse, he can twitch immediately, which is awful. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't stay in one position a consistent amount, and he can twitch in movements. Which, you know, it's just like, but better Shadow Cat or something, but no. Take basically but better Shadow Cat and then give him the RNG people talk about in the new versions. So basically always 0 frames, and that's like just a bit worse than old Deluxe Cat. And I say just a bit worse because you could probably cheese constant 0 frames, to be honest. He only has a limited amount of movements, so if he always moved 0 frame every time, you could just move like a madman in random directions, and then you'd probably live. But yeah, he's awful. Rat also sucks. Yeah, even he's awful. He sucks like the same reasons as everyone else. But he's a bit more reasonable because he doesn't twitch much, his hitbox is fairly simple, and he does not have as long of an attack as Vinny. My nose is itchy as hell. But yeah, the mode sucks. I'm pretty sure I got loud on this one as well. I got loud on Suicide Mouse, I got loud on 35. I got loud on all of these, I think. Definitely makes them deserving to be here. So yeah, enjoy Rat and Cat Theater All Challenges 1.0.4. introduction to the final mode included here, and my current hardest, and it has been my hardest for a while. Well, yeah, I've not gotten any hardest in forever. It honestly kind of bothers me. But at the same time, it's like, how am I even meant to do something harder at this point? Anyway, Hyper Golden Freddy. It is the in-between max mode in Sister Location Super Custom Night. I beat it on what I believe to be the current version of the game, and I really didn't think I would beat it for a long time. Mainly because it felt like I had a stroke every time I did. Every time I tried to play it. Because it is chaos. Like, it is probably the most chaotic mode here, even for 3520 being here. And I beat that after I beat Hyper Golden Freddy, so like, two different kinds of games can have two different kinds of chaos and still be more overwhelming when it's less actual chaos compared to another. But overall, Hyper Golden Freddy is a speed, mainly in brain power, and not losing track of everything that's happening. It is a cycle and green run mode. The green running isn't too strict. It is stricter than Perfect Cacophony because of the way power works with the long nights adjustment, but whatever. It's basically just stalling all of the characters a little and then dealing with them. Mainly Funtime Freddy and Ennard. On top of that, you need to be fast with the mini arenas and Electrobab. And something I discovered is that I am apparently weird with Lolbit. That being, I can't use the keyboard for Lolbit. Like, the keys work perfectly fine. I can use them in other games like UCN where Lolbit's active. No issue. But, like, in SL like this, I cannot use the fucking keyboard. Like, it's not that the keyboard doesn't work. It's that I have to take my hands off of one of the two things here, and that is going to get me killed. So, yeah, I always use the mouse. Even in Hyper Golden Freddy, and in attempts that I have on Perfect Cacophony. Which I think I have a 5-minute run on. Maybe a 4-minute. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played Perfect Cacophony. Long time since I was actually trying to grind it. I've given up on it. I hate Flashlight. But anyway. It's a stalling thing. I took way less time than I actually thought I would to beat it. A lot less 5 a.m. deaths, thank God. And, oh god, I just realized, the only mode I did not die in 5 a.m. on, with these 5 modes, is Suicide Mouse. That is literally the only one where I did not have an actual 5 a.m. death. Fun. Anyway, yeah. I would actually say that is probably the best mode, or at least, like, second best, maybe. Out of these top 5. Out of this top 5. That being because it's relatively balanced. Most of the time, you're basically never get thrown into an RNG situation where death is high, because it is entirely skill-based. There's not a lot of memory, so it's fairly accessible as long as you can handle some degree of chaos. And is overall actually decent to play as long as you aren't rusty. Because if you are rusty to any degree, you will get your shit wrecked. Yeah, it is, it's not soft. But I would recommend this mode. Just, you know, maybe do something in slightly similar nature before you go for it, and not like what I did. So, like, 3520 before Hyper Golden Freddy, assuming you can handle UCN things. to any degree. Because, yeah, Hyper Golden Freddy will destroy you, likely. So, I'm just gonna try and leave this one short. This is 5 minutes. This is not short at all. I mean, put short, it's like 18 minutes of rambling for a 3-minute mode. Even though this one's 6 minutes, and none of the others are less than 6. You get the point. Anyway, enjoy the completion that is, for the most part, pretty much just the entire video. I left the intro in. Enjoy.
1. Three, two, 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 1. Two, 1.
Holy shit. Holy shit.